Well, I think the most important thing is to make a beat on this, so let's go. This is my review of the MPC Studio.
Traptendo.
All right, so this is the unboxing part of this, and let's open this up. So this is the MPC Studio here. I want you guys to see that. Really nice unit. We're gonna play with it a lot this video. That's what she said. Anyways, open up the top here. This is the top. This is how it looks. You know, the natural designs of AKAI in their boxes. They always make high quality boxes, but we're more interested in the unit, right? So this is the inside of the unit. Inside of the box, you can see it has like all your information. Like it has where you can enter the Academy by scanning with your smartphone, and then you also have your software. This is all your cables and stuff. You can see this is the scaled down version of the MPC, so you can see everything. You see that it has MIDI in and MIDI out. On the back here, that's the 1/8 inch, and then your USB Type B to Type A jack for your plug, and you just plug it up in there like normal things, right? So it's worth mentioning that you do get the MPC sound packs. You get the F9 Beats expansion, which is kind of a watered down version of the full-on F9 Beats expansion pack, or the F9 expansion altogether. Anytime you see Beats, it's like the scaled down version of a fuller version of it that works within the MPC software, no matter if it's the Beat software or the full-on standalone software. So here it is, the MPC Studio MIDI controller. Yes, this is a MIDI controller, not a standalone unit. You will need the MPC software to use this with a computer, because you will hook it up via the USB Type B to Type A into your computer. And it does come with the MPC software, like the full-on software, and you saw the extra stuff that you get. So that's actually impressive. I did not know it was going to be like that. If you were going to talk about these pads though, because that's the main thing people want to know. Velocity sensitive, and you can see that. That's one thing that I think is a relief. If you haven't noticed, one of the biggest changes is this touch strip over here. Instead of having cue links like over here, like on the bigger units. And yeah, it's cool. It's a cool concept. I get where they're coming from. Let me show you how it works. So hit shift and touch strip, and it pulls up all other information right here, like the things you can do with it. Touch strip mode, you can change it from program level, project, touch effects, which, you know, you can use different effects and use the touch strip in that regard. Different notes. You have pitch bend, you have mod wheel, sustain, expression, and cue link, which obviously a lot of us are going to use for if you want to use this whole entire thing properly. The one thing I will complain about is the lack of a BPM button, so you can just press the BPM button, but then again, you just be in the MPC software. There is a way to do that using the cue links, obviously, so we just got to use your imagination of which way you want to do it. It's worth mentioning that the button quality on here is still mushy. It's not the clicky buttons, but these buttons will last longer or keep you making music longer because they're not so harsh with the clicky buttons. You won't get any calluses or anything like that, and that's kind of the idea of having like mushy buttons. I don't even want to say mushy. They're, I don't know, rubbery buttons, not like hard plastic. Now this screen right here, it displays stuff. Like you can obviously browse, given the parameters of where you was at last time. If you set up your browser information, you can have some pretty decent workflow here. You can go to track select, program select, And then there's one thing that I would want to know, again, is why no tempo? One thing I would point out is you have tap tempo over here, and you can tap in your tempo, and I guess that would be a pretty decent way to get some stuff started, but you know, I really would want that button, but there's an alternative there besides pulling it up in the software. So tell me how you feel about this video. I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Yeah, the MPC Studio caught everybody by surprise, and I think one of the biggest things that I want to talk about is the pros and the cons. The biggest pro being the price point. The price point is pretty cheap, and then you get kind of the same workflow as the MPC Live X01. Now, I say kind of, I mean asterisk kind of. You will need the MPC software to use this always. I mean, I know a lot of people would want, you know, an MPC for like 250 bucks or something like that, and yeah, I can just go ahead about my business, but no, you definitely need the MPC software, and you will look at it a lot because certain functionalities on this unit is missing. Like, I would love to be able to control tempo from this and not rely on going on the software, but you know, again, I'm not so against the software as is because of the new update, and it seems a little bit easier, more sounds and stuff like that. But yeah, this unit is pretty darn good. The touch strip, again, is a fairly decent addition. I do miss the cue links. However, you can control the cue links with this, so it's kind of like a pro-con pro. A newcomer walking into the MPC world wouldn't have such an issue. If you're like somebody that is more and less into the MPC Live X01, you'll have to get used to this, and that's my thing, is I'm used to the MPC Live and the One that I own. So yeah, not bad. Do I give this the stamp of approval? Well, I would say yes at 80%.